Yes, welcome to the webinar. Yes, come on up and say hi to everybody. You want to be up here with me? All right, here, we're official, we're recording. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Nadine, and we are on September 20th. This is the 11 a.m. Hooves, Paws, and Claws, the transformative power of animal healing. This is part one, and this is a working webinar, and I really am excited to have you be part of this webinar. Again, it's a working webinar, and what that means is you are an active participant. I'm going to be teaching a whole bunch of things and giving you an opportunity to learn. We're going to take those things you're learning today and we're going to apply them immediately so that you can have these game-changing, life-changing game changers for both your animal companion and yourself. These game changers really truly allow your animals to be calm and safe in any environment that you choose, right? Any environment that you choose. So before we begin, would you find your chat window? Uh, it's at the very bottom of the control panel. And would you just type in there, yes, Nadine, I can see you. Yes, my animal companion's in the room with me. Yay. That's really lovely to see. For those of you who are watching the recording later, you don't see those messages that come in. It's sort of an active participation as you're here. So also in the chat, would you just write in what attracted you to the webinar today? Are you an animal lover? Yes. Are you an animal owner? Are you a caregiver of doggies and you walk them every day? Are you a barn manager? Do you ride? What is your role with your animal companions? And then the other thing that's really lovely is if you can also put in what attracted you to the webinar today. What type of energy or information are you looking to be able to walk away with today? I would like to have everyone get the most out of this time together today. So, what we do is we like to really remove any distractions. And we can do that by turning off your cell phone. If you have to have your cell phone with you, at least turn the volume down, turn all your notifications off. Definitely close out the social media, any extra tabs. Um, so on my side, what I notice is that if there are too many tabs open, the buffering is super, super slow. So for right now, I have the presentation on, but I have all uh, the other what do you call it, tabs are closed down so that we have a clear pathway forward and that you're able to see the slides really, really well. If you're around other people, it's really lovely if you put up a do not disturb sign so that you can truly give this time to your animal companion and yourself. I've even had people put a note out on their front door that says, please leave deliveries by the front door. I'm in a webinar. And I just thought that was really very cool. We want everybody today to have value because there's really truly power in healing. You know, our animals are so busy healing ourselves, healing their human companions, that many times the owners don't really realize that, you know, the animals stuck themselves. And when an animal gets stuck, they have an inability to show up in their best excellence for themselves. So, we're going to talk about what happens when they're stable and what's a tool that we can allow them to be stable in. But what happens in their world when they're in command of their energy field? I'm going to talk about some opportunities that of working with me if you want to bring someone on board who communicates with animals, what it looks like if I do what's called a reading versus a healing. So I just really want to open this door because you know we're really in this place where the connection, the power of the connection with our animal companions. Did you know that your animal companion actually chooses you? You know, they choose you. I cannot tell you how many times, you know, I've gone into a rescue place or heard somebody else say, you know, I went to the Humane Society, I went to the horse sale, I went to this society, but I had a preconceived notion of what I wanted. I knew the characteristics, the color, the behavior, the background. I knew what I wanted. But you see, when you show up, you are presenting all of that in your energy field that we're going to talk about today. And your animal tunes into that energy field. And they're saying, ooh, look at that energy. I can align with that, human, or not, right? Or not. I was again in a conversation the other day with a gal that has these puppies. She wanted to breed her bulldog, and she's got all these puppies. And she said it's really fascinating. People will come in, and sometimes the puppies look up and are immediately engaged. They come over, they want to participate. Others, they want nothing to do with the person who's in there. And it's not because it was feeding time. It's not because fill in the blank, the energy of the person was not in alignment with what these souls are wanting to connect with. When you're aware, the bond happens with the animal. So today I'm going to be doing quite a bit of teaching. You, as the active participant, get to learn. And we're going to, again, incorporate what I'm teaching you. And then there's homework. You're going to go away so that you can practice. The more you practice, you can integrate. The more you integrate, you anchor. And then we're going to come back in a week, and I'm going to have a conversation with you. How did you do? What are the changes that you noticed in your animal companion from the time that we're incorporating these right now to the time that we're going to be here in a week? And next week, we're going to expand on what I'm going to teach you today. So everyone take a breath. I really like it when we're all on the same playing ground, if you will, that we are all meeting energetically at the same place. So would you take a look at your screen? Would you just take a moment? You'll see some paws inside of hands, like that connection between the animal kingdom and the human kingdom. And would you just claim for yourself out loud right now, I'm here for me, but I'm also here for my animal companion. I am here for my animal companion. Claim it. And would you have an agreement to set your crown chakra, that energy center that's at the top of your head, at sky blue? Now, if you're looking outside, you can look up, grab some sky blue, put it at the top of your head. If you don't happen to have sky blue where you're listening from, reach into the slide. There's some blue in there, and just grab that sky blue and put it on the top of your head. And what that just does is it allows all of us to be at the same place. So would you just take another breath and then allow your eyelids to open? Let's get your hands involved, your body involved. Would you say yes in the chat? Yes, Nadine, I'm here. I'm willing to participate fully. I'm learning here for myself. I'm here for my beloved companion. And I'm just excited to be here and to play with everyone. This webinar is all about you, and it's all about what you can do for your animal companion. So I promised you today we're going to learn key things. We're going to learn and activate. So specifically what we're going to be doing today is you're going to learn how to create and activate. So create, attach, activate a main grounding cord for yourself and for your animal companion. Where does that get attached to? What does it mean when it's activated? What does it do? What's the purpose of the grounding cord? Then we're going to create and activate leg grounding cords. And if you have a bird, it's going to have 2. If you have a tripod animal, it's going to have 3. Most everybody is going to be working with 4 grounding cords. We are going to be creating a 6-pointed energy field and talk about the importance of that energy field and what it's like to be inside that field, the difference of being contained inside or outside. And then before we leave today, we're going to do a mini healing on one of your animal companions where we open up their leg channels and move some energy out of their body. And the reason we're doing all this is we really want to be able to change our perception, right? Because I really know that you want your animal companion to feel safe. You want them to feel calm and certain. You want them to feel like they can breathe and be at peace. You want to provide an environment for them so that they can have a freedom, if you will, to explore, a curiosity without fear of someone or something harming them, right? You want them to be really curious in a safe environment. And you really want them to be able to make really healthy choices for themselves, right? So in our different perspective, we really want, what do we do when an animal's frightened, if they're uncertain, if they're anxious, if they're overly worried, right? What do we do if they're reacting versus choosing? Like this little squirrel, hey, I got to put this in my mouth, in my mouth, in my mouth. But we, like the squirrel, we want to change that perception. So let's get started. The very first game changer that we're going to address is, what do we do? How do we assist our animal if they are timid, if they're in panic, if they're in overwhelm? So, some animals, they roll their eyes, they try to bite, they cower, or they pee everywhere, right? Pee and poo in inappropriate places. When I had one of my cats that I brought in, I didn't see her for a couple weeks. She literally crawled into a drawer, and I knew she was in there. I knew there was active action happening in the litter box and the food, but she at that point was still not comfortable coming out into a safe environment that first, couple hours. So we're going to talk about what you can do for your animal there. The second game changer that we're going to talk about is, what do we do if an animal does not have boundary lines, right? They're getting into everything. They're overly worried. They're worried about the people outside, the dog next door, the horse in the pasture across from us. I got to check it out. I got to go see what's going on. Oh my God, now I just got tangled. What do we do about that situation? So there's a significance here of why everything's in a circle. And again, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Before we end today, for those of you who stick with me to the very end, in addition to everything you're going to learn, I would also like to teach you one of the most important energy tools I think everyone should have in their toolbox. And this is an energy tool that can be used after every single exchange with every human, with every animal, every email, every phone call. You'll also receive a recording of this webinar. So I just want to take a few moments and introduce myself, because I do not recognize the names of who are attending today. So just wanted to say hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Nadine, and I'm a master healer for both animals and humans. And while I've been a healer all of my life, I formally received my ND degree, my Doctor of Naturopathy degree, in 2008. I became a licensed minister in 2002. But it wasn't until 2014 that the animal kingdom asked me to be a voice for them. You see, love had been reintroduced into the animal kingdom. And what I mean is, love is the fifth element. We have earth, air, fire, and water, but love was missing. And in 2012 timeframe, love was reintroduced to the animal kingdom. And in 2014, again, my connection to the animal kingdom said, hey, would you help other humans open their door, open their heart to us, to me? The animal kingdom had been so highly abused with telepathy, with physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse. But after love was reintroduced into the kingdom, they decided that they were willing to give humans another chance, right? Another chance. So I expanded my practice to include healing sessions and communication sessions for all animals and all humans. So if you join me at a holistic fair or attend the animal channel that meets once a month, you read my newsletters, you know that you receive so many benefits of my knowledge and gifts. And yes, I have a lot of alphabets behind my name, but the bottom line is, I have this ability to see and hear and smell and taste and touch, channeling information that provides you as the human, provides the animal with the most amount of information possible so that they can shift, you can shift, and each of you can take a step forward in your own lives so that you can be masterful in your own life. So if you would like to do more work with me, I'm going to stop this recording right now because I just wanted to kind of give you a taste of what it's like to do a webinar with me or to come on board and do a healing session with me. So I'm just going to pop around a little bit. You know, animals truly change our life. And for this little tiny snippet that I'm doing right now, I just want to say that there's a difference between a healing and a reading. In a reading, you get communication. You get to choose what you do with that information so that you can make choices that serve yourself and your animal companion. And usually that is a single session. When I do a healing, you still get that communication throughout, but we're actually going to clear the energy blocks. We're going to restore the flow and balance in the body. We're going to reset the animal's energy. And I offer that in two different ways. One is a single session, it's usually around 30 minutes or so, or what I call a 24-hour connection. And that's where I stay energetically connected to your animal for 24 hours so that they can come and get some work, they can go away. They can come and get some work, they can go away. And in that session, you know, I'm really looking at their physical, the digestion, the bones, the skin, the balances in the brain, any kind of emotional imbalances. We're clearing out their energy centers. And animals have 11 major energy centers. I'm resetting their energy field so that they can have a difference there. So just wanted to give that little brief information. And thank you for listening to this. Thank you for watching this. And we'll talk after you connect with me. Have a great day, everybody.